Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. If you don't already, save Kaylin's Corner on whichever platform you tune in on so you can be notified whenever I upload a new episode. Thank you in advance. How's it going? I hope you're doing well, baby. I hope you're doing well. I apologize for the late upload. Life got busy, so we're doing it a day late. Better late than never is what I like to say. Bars. But anyway, life happens. It's okay. We just gotta roll with the punches and do the best we can. That's all we can do. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I low key don't know what I'm gonna yap about today. Like, I don't have anything on my mind at the moment besides food. Your girl is hungry. She's starving like Marvin, baby. And it's not like I didn't eat today. It's just, it's time to refuel the body. The engine is the tank is almost out of gas. I don't know why I said engine, whatever. Potato, tomato. It's not the same. It's not the same. Listen, the tank is almost empty, and my body is not afraid to let me know. But I low key don't feel like cooking either. I don't like this season because the motivation starts to lack. Like, I don't know, there's just something about the crisp fall air that makes me want to curl up into a ball and stay in bed all day. Just let me scroll through some socials and watch some YouTube videos and watch some movies maybe. Like, I don't feel like doing anything. and it's and it sucks because we're not even in winter yet. Actually, we haven't even hit daylight savings time yet. I think daylight savings is tomorrow, actually. Oh my god, that's insane. Hold the freaking. Oh, wait, maybe not. Is it? No, it's next weekend. It's after Halloween. Okay, daylight savings ends on the 2nd of November. That's a little bit insane. Also, you know what else is insane? Halloween is next week. It's in less than 7 days. Where the freak did the month go? There's actually wow, now that I'm starting to yap, I've found all the things I could yap about. I cannot believe how fast this month went by. Like, genuinely don't know where the time went. Don't know what I've been up to, don't know what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on, but what the freak? What the fuck, Richard? If you know, you know, and if you don't, I'm sorry. You missed out on such a funny era. Anyway, it's honestly astonishing how the time has flown by. And I'm seeing more and more people talk about it lately, but this reminds me of a conversation I had once before where the older that you get, the faster time seems to go by because you've experienced more time overall. I don't know if this is something that I've spoken about on here before, but I'm going to put it numerically. Maybe it'll click for you. 1 year will feel like a really long amount of time for a 10-year-old versus a 100-year-old because 1 year of a 10-year-old's life is 10% of their life, as opposed to 1 year to a 100-year-old, that's just 1% of their life. So, your concept of time, or like, time seems to feel like it's passing by faster because you've experienced more of it. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I feel like when I said that analogy, it low key didn't make sense, but I think that might just be me overthinking it and my hunger getting to me. Because I don't want to say I get like delirious when I'm hungry, but low key, like the body don't be functioning the same. And I know that because how are you gonna, you can't use your car when it's empty. You can't use your car when it's out of gas. You gotta put more gas in it before you can go, you know? And so the same goes for the body. Your body will have its own like little, I don't want to say remnants, but like your body will feed off of itself if there's nothing in the stomach. You know, it'll start eating itself essentially. But that doesn't mean it's good, sustainable energy. So, should I stop and eat something? Probably. But I'm also trying to take advantage of the quiet time that I have right now. Because if not now, then when? If not me, then who? If not now, then when? If not you, then who? If not here, then where? Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that goes with that. If not how, then I don't know. I'm just saying shit now. I'm yapping. But how did I even get to start talking about this? Oh, because ow. I was talking about I accidentally pulled a hair off my head. Ow. Anyway, because I was talking about how fast this month has felt. This year in general is just has flown by. Like I genuinely cannot believe it. Feels like it was just January and I was deciding to revamp my podcast episode, my podcast period. I was gonna say podcast episodes. I'm so used to just saying podcast episodes that I can't like just saying podcast feels weird. I'm a podcaster. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. But actually, while I was at work and I was interacting with a customer, we were having some friendly banter. Like they were being a little bit silly, I was being a little bit silly. And then funnily enough, he was like, "Were you born in May?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was." And he was like, the man was too stunned to speak. Like, he stepped away, did a little loop de loop, and he was like, "Wow, I don't know what it is about Tauruses." And I was like, actually, I'm a Gemini, but I do have a lot of Taurus placements. And we started to like kind of yip and yap a bit. It was an older fellow. And then we continued on with the transaction because I was, cashing him out. And he started to talk a bit more. And then he said, "You have a really nice voice." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate it." Actually, that's not the first time I've heard that because his facial expression kind of gave like, "Oh, I don't know if I should have said that." But um I wanted to kind of like reassure him that it was fine. Like, I appreciate the compliment. Point blank period. Like I appreciate it. And he's like, "Oh, so I'm not the only one who thinks so. I'm glad it, or it doesn't make me weird, does it?" And I was like, "No, no, it's okay. Like some people have I was gonna say some people have nice voices, but it's all a matter of opinion, so it depends on the person who's listening. I'm sure that there's someone out there who despises my voice and the way that I articulate myself. So whatever. But um liking someone's voice is a thing. And I've had people say that I have a nice speaking voice. Granted, the way, what's the word that I'm looking for? My cadence varies depending on who I'm talking to. Because I'm not going to go and talk to my boss the same way that I talk to my cat. You know what I mean? That would be. Oh, that would be weird. That would be weird. I love my cat and my dog. I have, what's funny actually, me saying that? I have different voices for my cat versus my dog. Sometimes I'll speak to them with the same voice, but we got my dog first, and we being me and my sisters, kind of gave him like his own voice. Like, if Sammy was a human, that's my dog's name. If Sammy was a human, what would he sound like? And I'm pretty sure it was my sisters that came up with the voice. I cannot take credit for this. They started speaking to him a certain way using a voice and speaking as if they were him, like they were narrating him based on his facial expressions. And I started to do the same. And so I use that same voice when I'm talking to him. So well, now that I explain it, it's almost as if he's talking to himself, but it's me talking to him in a voice that we came up with, or that they came up with for him. A little bit silly. And then, I don't know, with my cat, I kind of talk to her like in a little baby voice, like, hey, Miss Girl. That's what I call her. Her name is Boo, but I call her Miss Girl. I don't know why I call her Miss Girl, honestly. I think it was just something that rolled off the tongue for me. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Miss Girl it is. And she responds, she listens. I'll come home from work or something, or like if I happen to leave a room and if our paths cross, I'll be like, hey, Miss Girl, and she'll meow at me. It's so freaking cute. I love it. I wish my dog would bark in like a soft manner because he's not very vocal unless he wants something. He he barks, but like I said, it's when he wants something. Like, he'll harass you for food. Not me though. I asserted my dominance a long time ago. Don't bark at me for food. And when he does, he gets a little scared because I'll give him the look and he'll put his head down. All I gotta do is point my finger and he will step away because I don't play that shit. You're not gonna harass me for my food. I pay good money for your food and treats. Eat it, please. Sometimes I'll give him like a little something, but not really. I don't like to give my dog table food, especially because we cook with a lot of garlic and onions, so that is not good for him. It'll make him throw up. It'll make his tummy upset, and I don't want him to have a upset tummy and go want to eat grass outside or throw, even worse, throw it up. Like, please stop it. Actually, that reminds me, around when we first got him, my mom had cooked a meal. Pretty sure it was like rice. It was rice, beans, and a pasta salad that had tuna in it. But in the pasta salad, there were like diced red onions. I remember it specifically. She had left. Somebody didn't eat. They were taking a nap or something. So she had the plates covered, and she left it on the table in the kitchen. Why did my dog go onto the table, break through the plastic, and eat the pasta salad? And then, probably like less than an hour later, he threw it up on the carpet! Mind you, they were big ass pasta noodles. It was like, I don't, I want to say penne, but wider. Maybe more like a rigatoni. But it wasn't like a perfect cylinder. It was kind of slanted like a penne pasta. That's kind of besides the point. But anyway, it was big pieces. It was big pasta. It wasn't like macaroni or bow tie. Or was it bow ties? No, 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 no. It wasn't bow ties because I remember the ridges on the pasta. I don't remember the pasta shape, but I remember it was big. They were thick pieces of pasta. Bro threw it up whole. Not only did he go onto the table to eat food that's not his and would make him sick, but he didn't even chew it when he ate it. So when he threw it up because his body rejected the onions, he threw it up whole. Easiest throw up I had to clean up in my life. But also, it's like, bruh, you he knew he wasn't supposed to eat it because he scarfed it down, didn't even bother to chew, only to be met with a stomach ache because he ate toxic food for him. We had to keep an eye on him after that, like in terms of leaving food on the table. Don't leave your food on the table, it's not safe. He will push the chair out and jump on the table. We have a different table now, and so he can't jump onto the chairs. The chairs are pretty high up. So that's not an issue anymore. But it was an issue at one time. And it drove us well, it drove me nuts. Like, get off the table. You have no business being up here. My goodness. But sometimes it would be funny to walk into the kitchen and see him sitting in a chair at the table sniffing because he thinks that there's food on the table, but he's just smelling like crumbs or something, or like a mess that one of my younger siblings made. It was pretty entertaining. It was funny, but I would get upset. Like, bro, you're part of the family, yes, but you cannot sit at the table. I'm sorry. If you're hungry, just tell me. Tell me. I don't have my pets on a feeding schedule, except my cat. My cat, she'll let me know when she's ready to eat. Like, she don't play about her food. And I get it, because I'm the same way. Don't play with me and my food, baby. It's not. Please, just don't. Don't do it. I get hangry enough. I don't need you to play with my food. Anyway, she wakes me up every day 6:30 so she can eat. And when she gets fed again in the afternoon, depends on when she's feeling hungry, cuz sometimes she just isn't really feeling it. But once she's hungry and she sees me, she lets me know. She will meow my ears off. Sammy, on the other hand, not so much. He'll bark when he wants water, but if he's hungry, you don't really know. And I don't like to just feed him, at least now in this day and age, currently speaking. I don't like to just feed him at the same time that I feed my cat because sometimes he's not hungry, so he won't eat his food. And so it'll end up becoming a waste because it'll just get all nasty. I feed both of my pets a mix of dry and wet food, like in the same bowl. I don't do like wet food in one and dry food in another, because I feel like it would be. I feel like it's easier for me, less dishes to wash, and it's all together in one bowl. So easier for them too. They don't have to pick and choose what they want to eat. I feel like if I gave them the option, they would only eat the wet food. And as much as I love that for them, my pockets can't do that. You need some sustenance. You need some. It's like drinking smoothies all day. Like, I can't. I couldn't do that to myself. I don't want to. Well, maybe not. Well, in a way, yeah, because the wet food is a bit. It's chunky, but it still has that bit of moisture. I don't know. I couldn't. No. No, no, no. No. Because smoothies are thick. They're liquid, but also it's a pate, so it's different. It's different, but still kibble and wet food because I like to give them a little bit of variety. At least now. Before, I used to just give my dog dry food and he would eat it, but then I don't know. I felt like I had to give my cat wet food because she wasn't drinking so much water. I felt like the wet food would help keep her hydrated. But I didn't want to get my cat on wet food and not my dog because I'd feel bad. I feel like he would feel like I'm picking favorites, and I'm not trying to pick favorites. I just want to do what's most beneficial for you. So, yeah, I feel like the wet food also helps him as well. Like, it'll keep him fuller a little bit longer. And I want to say that he enjoys his food more, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Because, I don't know, he's just not the kind of dog that will eat every bowl of food that you lay out for him. If he doesn't want to eat it, he won't eat it. And so sometimes it becomes a bit of a waste. It's a bit frustrating trying to have him on the feeding schedule. But you know what? I don't know if it's that he's not hungry or if he doesn't like his food sometimes because he won't eat even, but he won't. Okay, sorry. I lost my train of thought. He won't eat his food, but once the cat is done, if there's anything left in her bowl, he will go and gobble it up. Like, thank you for cleaning up, but the cat food is expensive. My cat's a bit of a grazer as well, so she'll eat some food, she'll step away, she'll go back, and she'll eat some more, she'll step away, like a little bit of a back and forth for a little bit. So I don't mind him like finishing the job, but if I fed you your food, why are you going to somebody else's plate to eat theirs when you haven't even touched yours? Like, I understand eating yours and still feeling hungry and then, grazing off the cat's whatever, finish her bowl off. That's fine, actually, less waste for me. But you going to the cat's bowl before eating your bowl and I fed you first? That's greedy. Tell me not. That's greedy. Like, bro is greedy. I feel like I'm slandering my dog, and I don't mean to. Between the tabletop story and the cat food, I don't know. I love Sammy dearly. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have so much love for him. My first actual dog of my own that I take care of, but it's a bit frustrating. Like, damn, brother, what's going on? If you don't like your food, just say that. Well, I guess he is, but I've tried so many different things. I don't know. At first, I thought it was the kibble, but it was like he's been eating that kibble for so long. That's why, also part of the reason why I got him on wet food because I figured he would enjoy it more with the wet food since it has like meat in it and whatnot, and he really enjoys. He loves his chicken. He loves his beef. At least, like, tabletop wise. But granted, it's different seasonings and whatnot. But he can't eat our food like that. Like, I'm just not. Like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. But what has worked for me, anyway, I'm speaking as if I knowingly know someone listening has the same issue. If you're having the same issue as me, miraculously, I started putting like just a teeny tiny bit of my cat's wet food in his bowl and mixing it up. And he actually thoroughly enjoys that. So I don't know if he really fucks with the fish crazy or what. Or I don't know if it's like a jealousy thing. Like, because, animals have their emotions too. Uh, Me saying that reminded me of a video that I saw of a husky crying at their owner's grave. I could cry right now just thinking about it because that shit broke my heart. And this was before AI, so I know that it's real. Fuck AI, by the way. Heavy on the fuck AI. I'm pretty sure I talked about this in the last episode, but it's fuck AI till I die. I know it has its uses, and I know it's very much integrated into a lot of things now, like social media and search engines, things of that nature, things that are technological. But um, just because it's around and popular doesn't mean I like it. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, so that being said, going back, the dog crying was very heartbreaking the first time that I saw it. And me knowing that animals have the capacity to feel emotions so deeply like that makes me wonder how my dog feels about us having a cat. Because we got our cat 3 years ago. My goodness. And Sammy is 8, so he was 5. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Stop. Me saying this is reminding me of myself because I'm the eldest child. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm the eldest child, and I didn't. My first sibling didn't come around until I was 5 years old. So adjusting to that was like it was something. I honestly don't remember how I felt when I found out I was gonna be a big sister. Like genuinely, honestly, I think I was excited. I remember like wanting to partake in helping and being around my mom and my younger sister, but eventually that kind of flipped. I don't know when it happened. Thinking about it now, it kind of reminds me of like every other movie that has an oldest child becoming a sibling and they're like resentful towards their younger sibling. I'm not resentful towards my younger siblings. I have so much love for them. But as a kid, I guess it's different. It's hard to really think back on it. I'm sure there were some points where I was like jealous because I wasn't getting the same amount of attention that I was before. My whole world basically got flipped upside down. Like going from being the only person or the only kid in the room to being the older kid in the room, quite the dynamic. And I know there was part of me that didn't enjoy it at all. Especially as I got like older, like actually, and not only was I like the big sister, but starting to do chores around the house, washing dishes, sweeping, that shit. Like, I was like, I remember being like, I wish I was so and so's age because then I wouldn't have to be doing this right now. Like, I wish I was the baby, meh, 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 like a fucking brat. But being the oldest child does have its pros. It has its cons as well, but we like to stick on the positive side, but we can't completely omit the other reality because it's the reality. It's there. It's true. Who am I to deny my feelings and the other aspects of this relationship? I guess you can say. Uh, that got real, real fast. But anyway, I bring that up to say that I wonder if my dog is jealous of my cat because he doesn't get as much attention as he used to. Because now there's two animals to tend to, two animals to play with, two animals to take care of. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case because he definitely doesn't get as much attention from me specifically. He definitely gets attention from the other people in the house, but I can't even lie, I definitely give my cat more attention. But it's also because she can come on my bed and cuddle with me. Like I don't no offense. Full offense actually. I don't want my dog on my bed. He goes outside and he sticks his nose where it doesn't belong, aka the bathroom trash can. And the kitchen trash can too if he can reach if there's something in there that he's really into. But uh the cat is inside all day. She's not going anywhere. So I don't mind her being on my bed. And I love to cuddle with her, even though I am high key allergic. I'm allergic to both of them, low key, because even when well, fun fact, if you didn't know, now you know, even when I give my dog a bath, if I have the bathroom door closed and it starts to get like a bit steamy or a bit warm, the animal dander will fill in my lungs and it becomes a little bit troublesome for me to breathe. So it's hmm, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say love hate relationship, but I don't necessarily know if that's doesn't really feel right, but I guess I'll just use that for now. So, pros and cons, pros and cons. With my cat, I just have to if I pet either of them actually, I just have to make sure that I wash my hands before I continue on with whatever I plan on doing next. Before I continue on with my day, I have to wash my hands. Because if I scratch myself, if I rub my eye or anything, hives, redness, irritation, it's just there's no escaping it. My hands will be fine. Like I can pet my cat. I can cuddle with her before going to sleep and wake up and my hands are fine. But if I wake up and then rub my eye with the same hand that I was petting her with, my eye's gonna get red and nasty. And I don't want that, baby. I don't want it at all. The same thing with my dog. If I'm gonna pet him or play with him or whatever, I have to wash my hands after because I'll have the same reaction. So, what I find very, I was gonna say irritating, but maybe not irritating, but very, hmm, I don't even know what word to use. I'm in shock that my body hasn't adjusted with me having pets. You know what I mean? Because the body can grow and adapt and change, but that just wasn't the case for me and the animal dander with my pet allergies. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm back with the snack. Being a yapper is so fun until you forget what you were talking about. Because I know I was yapping and I was going on about something, but I genuinely do not remember what. I remember talking about Sammy and the possible jealousy with him and the cat in comparison to me and my experience being the older sibling, older child around, being introduced to newer kids, my siblings, but I don't know what I was talking about before I stepped away. My quiet time has come to an end though. But this was fun for me. I was just yipping and yapping about myself, kind of sharing bits and pieces of my life and my insight. Because everyone leads a different life. Everyone lives a different life with different experiences. Not all eldest children feel the same way that I do, experience the same things that I do, and vice versa. There are so many other experiences as an eldest child that I'm sure I haven't experienced. Not just because you're an eldest child doesn't mean what you're experiencing is universal for other eldest children. So there is that, which is very intriguing to me. I don't know. But eldest child versus eldest daughter, I feel like there's a little bit of a difference. Well, eldest daughter versus eldest son, different in terms of standards and whatnot. But It all depends. There's so many different factors. It depends on where you are and like where you are geographically and your family's traditions and parents' point of view, so many different factors at play. I don't feel like I can necessarily generalize my experience, my experiences as an eldest sibling, eldest daughter, as universal. I don't think there's a universal experience. Excuse me. And because even for something as simple as breathing, yes, we inhale and exhale through our mouth, through our nose, but some people have trouble breathing. Some people have to have an oxygen tank. So, yes, we all breathe, but not everyone breathes as easily or has as much difficulty breathing as the next person. So, there's there's that. So, yeah, I feel like I've used that analogy on here before, but I yap so much I be forgetting, babe, but I don't know. I don't know. And you don't know what you don't know until you come across it. Like, oh, speaking of, fun fact, I posted a TikTok today of a turkey vulture that I saw. Wow, last. What the? No, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I posted a video that I recorded of a turkey vulture that I saw today, and someone commented on the TikTok saying that they used to work at a sanctuary with predatory, was it predatory birds? And or like, let me open up my TikTok so I can read it word for word, bar for bar for you instead of paraphrasing because I feel like that'd be best. They said, I took care of raptors and birds of prey in between semesters, and you never realize how big a turkey vulture is until they stand on your head because they want to play. That sentence took me out. At least the last bit did. Because what? Standing on top of your head? Because they're feeling playful? Oh my goodness. If you've never seen a turkey vulture before, I'm gonna link my TikTok in the description. The words were not wording in my brain. I'm sorry. Um, if you've never seen a turkey vulture before, you can Google it or you can watch the TikTok that I posted. It's actually astonishing. You would think that it's like a turkey on the roof, but nah, that's a vulture, baby. And I knew it was a vulture because when I first saw it, it was flying in the air, and I was trying to take pictures of it instead of recording. But then it landed on someone's roof, and I decided to record a video instead. And I was like, OMG, I haven't seen one of these in forever. I think this is a turkey vulture. Anyway, you can watch the video and you'll pick up what I'm putting down. But so they said that, and I said, on your head? OMG. They're just big old babies. That sounds like such an amazing experience. I never would have imagined that happening. Because it's true. I know that vultures feed on corpses, but I never would have imagined them feeling playful, especially towards humans. Like towards other vultures, sure. Or towards other turkey vultures specifically, sure. That makes me wonder if the birds of prey or vultures of different species will play with each other, interact with each other, or if they see each other as competition and they stay away. I'm intrigued. But anyway, I'm gonna continue reading the comments because this was the fun fact that I wasn't aware of. She said they love people. They always want to cuddle and play. Cuddling with a turkey vulture? No freaking way. Like I could not believe. I could not believe. Can you imagine cuddling with a turkey vulture? It's a big ass bird. Mind you, I've only seen the birds from afar. Like, I haven't been in super close proximity to a bird. Actually, the video that I posted is probably the closest I've been to a turkey vulture before, and it's still pretty far. They were across the street and on someone's rooftop. Like, the bird was pretty high up and a bit far away, but close enough for me to be able to see and capture with my camera, so that was cool. But um yeah, I never would have thought that turkey vultures were playful, especially towards humans anyway. Like that really caught me off guard, but it was a nice fun fact. It was a legitimately a fun it was a fun fact for me. So I hope it's a fun fact for you as well, because who would have thought playing with the turkey vulture? Sign me up. Where do I go to play with turkey vultures? Because I feel like that would be a really cool experience. I love animals. Even if I'm allergic to them, I find them to be so fascinating and so intriguing. There's so many different animals out there. So much to learn from them, and from behaviors to, I don't know, rituals is what I want to say, but it's so cool. Fun fact, actually, growing up, I wanted to be a vet. That was my dream job as a kid. You would ask me what I wanted to be when I was 5, I would say a vet. You asked me what I wanted to be when I was 8, I'd say a vet. Vet is all I wanted to do because I wanted to help take care of the animals. And more so in my brain, especially when I was much younger, like around like elementary age, I was like, I'd get to hang out and play with animals all day. But, growing up, I had realized like it's not just you're not playing with animals. Like, sure, you might have l- little moments where you can like play with them or pet them or interact with them, but you're there to take care of them. They might not like the sight of you because you're giving the dogs their shots, or you're gonna have to perform surgery on them, or etc etc. Like, it's not just playing with animals. But that's not the reason why I didn't become a vet. I didn't become a vet because of my animal allergies. It just didn't seem like a viable option for me, because if I'm itching and scratching at cats and dogs in the home environment, I don't think it would be a good work environment for me. So, it was something that I stepped away from, and I low key have been lost ever since. I'm not even gonna hold you. Career wise, like I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I didn't know what would intrigue me so much and would feel so, I guess, passionate about in a way that I felt comfortable enough pursuing an education and a career in. And so I haven't. I'm really sharing so much about my life. I feel like in previous episodes it's more so like me talking about things, but today's episode I'm talking about myself. So this is like a little get to know me kind of episode. Low key, long overdue. So I don't feel like I ever really, well, no, that's a lie. I was gonna say I don't feel like I ever really opened up, but literally in the first episode I was trauma dumping about my fear and anxiety behind driving because of the accident that I was in when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I can't even remember, but yeah. Um, so I've shared bits and pieces, but this this episode is really all about me, and so I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about me and my life and my perspective and my POV. Well, perspective, POV, same difference. Same difference. But I'm really sharing a lot about myself. Excuse me. That was a little baby burp. That was a little teeny tiny baby burp. Ooh, did you hear that? My elbow cracked, and I cracked it right into the mic. Well, it was my arm that's closest to the mic, so yeah. Sometimes, I don't know. I just get that feeling like I need to crack my elbow. And I don't know why. Should I Google it or do you think it'll make me paranoid? Why does my elbow pop? That's what people say. Pop? I want to say crack when I extend my arm. Gas bubbles, gas pedal. Oh, they got rid of the AI overview. There's too many links. Ask a doctor questions 24/7. Yeah, no. It's not it's not like it's not serious, but I guess it had AI, it had a little AI overview. No! No, no, no. Oh, well, I guess no, I already did it. Fuck. Muscle tightness, gas release, tendon and ligament movement. Interesting. 7 reasons why your joints are popping. My lip gloss is popping. Tennis elbow. What the freak is that? Is elbow popping serious? Not serious. Occasional pops or clicks without pain are rarely serious. No, because I don't feel pain when my elbows pop. But hmm, and I haven't had surgery on it or anything, so very interesting. Well, there was that. I kind of want to listen to it back like right now so I can hear what it sounds like in the mic. But I won't do that. It's okay. I'm going to finish my little yap sesh that I have here. What was I even talking about before I cracked my elbow? Oh no, I gotta brainstorm. Have a little Jimmy Neutron moment. Y'all remember that show? I love Jimmy Neutron. That show was so funny. And Carl obsessed with Jimmy's mom. Oh my god. What a fun time. I miss the shows that I watched as a kid. And sometimes I want to like take the time and actually rewatch them back as an adult. But I don't know. I guess that's just something I need to stop and take the time to do. But instead, I post on social media and go on social media and listen to music. Sometimes I'll color. Coloring is fun. uh, but I haven't I haven't watched anything in a while, show wise anyway. I was big on One Piece for a good while, but I haven't gotten back into it. I'm in like the 500s, I believe. I just haven't picked it up since. And the last time I remember watching an episode was this year, actually. Sometime in the summer. I want to say like June, July. I genuinely do not remember. And I don't remember what the freak I was talking about before. Oh, I was talking about how I opened up quite a bit. But yeah, I open up every once in a while, like when I feel like I there's something that I would like to share and might help someone. But I feel like in today's episode I was doing a lot of yapping about personal experiences and things of that nature. So it was like very much like a get to know me kind of episode. And I didn't mean for it to come off that way. I just I just started yapping. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about in this episode, but here we are. Some odd 49 minutes later. Wow. That's crazy. It did not feel like 49 minutes. At all. At all, babe. Damn. Time flies when you're having fun. I hope you had just as much fun listening as I did yapping. I'm gonna end this episode here because I have a bag of Cheez Its right next to me that's calling my name. And as much as I want to devour them, I don't want to crunch them in your ear. If you're into ASMR, I'm sorry. I'm not doing ASMR right now. But if you are into ASMR, let me know. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know about me because there's so much about me that I have yet to share. I won't share everything, but anything that I feel comfortable sharing, I just might in the next episode. But thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Kaylin's Corner. I hope you enjoyed. You can keep up with me and my socials. They're linked in the description below. And if you haven't, what the freak? Sorry, I was reading. This was not. There's a typo in here somewhere. Whatever. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.